Okay, let's dive into something that's really caught my eye recently, Leptozan.
Ah, yes, Leptozan.
You know how so many of us are maybe trying to, well, lose a bit of weight, yeah, especially that really stubborn fat like around the belly that just won't budge.
Absolutely. It's a common frustration.
Well, I've been digging into this supplement, Leptozan, and honestly, some of the claims are quite intriguing.
Mm-hmm. We've looked at the info available too. It's definitely marketed as a, let's say, natural way to kind of kickstart your body's fat burning processes.
Right. And the natural part is key, isn't it? Supporting what your body already does, but maybe better.
That seems to be the angle, and they highlight specific ingredients.
Yeah, these ingredients are interesting. Dead Sea minerals and Beta Hydroxybutyrate, BHB.
That's the one, BHB.
Now, BHB, that rings a bell, from talk about keto diets and stuff.
Precisely. It's a ketone body.
So the idea that these things, the minerals and BHB, could work together to boost your metabolism, actually help burn fat.
Targeting specific areas too, they claim.
Exactly. Belly fat, which is, let's face it, a huge one for so many people. And then also giving you more energy, reducing cravings, even fighting inflammation. That sounds like a lot for one supplement.
Yeah, it does sound quite comprehensive, doesn't it? Focusing on the belly and hips makes sense, as those are notoriously difficult spots.
So it's presented as more than just weight loss, like an overall health thing.
Kind of an all-around solution for natural weight management and maybe general well-being. That seems to be the pitch.
And, okay, the convenience factor sounds pretty appealing. The idea you could support fat burning without, like, completely flipping your life upside down overnight.
Without necessarily needing extreme diets or, spending hours and hours at the gym.
That's a big plus. Oh, and I saw they mentioned a 180-day satisfaction guarantee.
Yeah, that's quite a long time, 6 months.
That's definitely a confidence booster, right? Shows they believe in it, and it feels less risky for someone thinking of trying it.
It certainly lowers the barrier to entry, provides a sort of safety net. So should we get into the how it supposedly works?
Yeah, let's break that down. So first up, boosting metabolism. This is always a big one, isn't it?
Always.
The idea that your body just burns more calories naturally, even when you're like sitting watching TV.
Yeah.
How's that supposed to happen?
Well, the claim is that some ingredients help raise your basal metabolic rate, your resting metabolism.
Okay, like turning up the thermostat a notch.
Sort of, yeah. Burning a bit more fuel, even at rest.
Got it. Then the accelerated fat burning. This sounds like the main event. They say the Dead Sea minerals and BHB work together to break down fat more efficiently. And they keep mentioning those stubborn areas.
Right. BHB, as a ketone, signals to your body to use fat for energy. So having more BHB around might encourage that process.
Okay, that makes sense from the keto connection. What about the Dead Sea minerals part in fat burning?
Well, Dead Sea water is rich in various minerals, magnesium, potassium, calcium. Some have roles in metabolism. But the specific claim about targeted fat loss from these minerals, that's where you'd want to see more specific research linking them directly.
Right, okay, so BHB is maybe the heavier lifter there, scientifically speaking.
Potentially in terms of the direct fats fuel mechanism.
Okay. Now, cravings. Oof, the downfall of many diets.
Tell me about it.
Leptozan claims it helps reduce them, making it easier to stick to healthier eating, if that actually works.
Wow.
Appetite control is super complex, right? Hormones, brain signals. The suggestion is Leptozan might help regulate some of those signals. Maybe less hunger, fewer urges for junk food.
That would be huge. And more energy. Who says no to that?
Exactly. They claim a steady supply. If your body's burning fat efficiently, that could provide more sustained energy than, say, sugar.
Makes sense. Avoiding those afternoon slumps could definitely help you feel more active.
That's the theory. Less reliance on quick fixes, more consistent energy.
And it's not just about the scale, is it? They mentioned fighting inflammation.
Yeah, which is linked to so many chronic health issues, so that's a potential broader benefit.
And even brain health. Reducing oxidative stress, helping focus.
That's interesting.
It points towards a more holistic view. The ingredients might have effects beyond just weight.
Okay, so if someone's listening and thinking, I'm curious, what do they actually get? Looks like it comes in packs.
Yeah, packs of 2, 3, or 6 bottles typically. Standard supplement stuff.
And that 180-day money-back guarantee is definitely prominent.
Yes, they emphasize that. It really does give you a long trial period to assess it for yourself.
And sometimes free shipping deals, which is always nice.
Always a plus.
Customer support available, good to know. And discounts if you buy more bottles at once.
Pretty standard marketing and purchasing options you see online. Makes sense.
But it all comes back to that formula, right? The
Okay.
natural ingredients. Dead sea minerals and BHB. Let's just quickly revisit that BHB again. There were different types,
Yes, they list 3 forms, often bound to minerals: calcium, BHB.
which they say helps eliminate fat, supports the burning process.
Right. It delivers the BHB ketone along with calcium, an essential mineral.
Then sodium BHB. That one's more for the energy boost, helping burn more calories.
hmm Sodium is an electrolyte, important for energy and hydration, especially if your body is shifting its fuel source. So BHB plus sodium.
And the last one, magnesium BHB, helping convert food to clean energy, supporting metabolism.
Exactly. Magnesium is vital for tons of metabolic reactions involved in energy production. So again, it's delivering BHB alongside another crucial mineral involved in the process.
Okay, so wrapping up the claim benefits, faster weight loss, especially that annoying stubborn fat,
A boosted metabolism.
fewer cravings messing you up,
More sustained energy.
potentially less inflammation,
Maybe some brain health support.
and all positioned as a natural, safe approach with that guarantee as backup.
That pretty much summarizes the package they're presenting based on the info we have.
Okay, now for the really interesting part for me, what are actual users saying? Do we have any sense of real experiences?
We found a few snippets of what look like customer reviews. For instance, someone named Sarah.
What did Sarah say?
She mentioned struggling with belly fat, like forever, and finally seeing a significant difference within weeks of using Leptozan. Plus, more energy, less hunger, and apparently without drastic diet changes. Faster than expected results, she said.
Wow, okay. That hits a lot of the key claims: belly fat, energy, appetite, ease of use.
It does. Of course, it's just one anecdote, but it aligns with the product's promises.
Right. Important disclaimer. Any others?
There was a David. He mentioned losing 10 pounds in a month without intense exercise.
10 pounds in a month. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, and he felt his metabolism improved, focus and energy were up, and he had fewer cravings for unhealthy snacks.
Did he have any caveats?
He did add a good point, said it's not a miracle cure, but found it to be a great support, which sounds quite realistic.
That's a really good perspective. Supplements are often supporters, not magic wands.
Exactly. They work best alongside other healthy habits, usually.
Any others? You mentioned Emily.
Yes, Emily reported her belly fat shrinking and energy levels soaring, also without major lifestyle upheaval. Said she was recommending it to friends.
Recommending to friends is usually a strong sign, isn't it?
It can be, yeah. So across these few examples, you see those common themes: belly fat reduction, energy increase, relative ease of use.
Okay, so let's try to get a balanced view here. The pros seem to be natural ingredients, the BHB and minerals,
The focus on fat burning, especially those problem areas like belly and hips,
boosting metabolism, reducing cravings.
and that big 180-day money-back guarantee makes trying it feel less risky.
Definitely. What about the potential downsides or like things to keep in mind, the cons?
Well, consistency seems key. You need to take it daily, not just now and then.
Right? It's not a one-off fix.
No. And results take time. It's not presented as an overnight transformation, so patience is needed.
Good point. Manage expectations.
And realistically, like any supplement, it might not work the same for everyone. Individual biology varies a lot.
Totally fair. Bodies are different. So, thinking about all that, who is this really aimed at? Who should consider it?
Based on the claims, it seems ideal for someone really struggling with stubborn fat, particularly around the middle and hips.
Makes sense. And maybe someone looking to naturally boost their metabolism.
Yes, or just preferring a natural approach overall for weight management.
What about the cravings and energy side?
Definitely. If you're constantly battling cravings or feeling drained, it's positioned as something that could help with that.
And they mentioned the brain health and inflammation too, so maybe people interested in those broader benefits.
Potentially, yes. And certainly anyone who likes the security of that long guarantee period.
So it covers quite a few common struggles. They even list out problems it supposedly tackles, right?
They do. Things like stubborn fat buildup, slow metabolism, constant food cravings, low energy, maybe increased inflammation.
Trouble keeping weight off, feeling mentally tired, hitting those awful plateaus.
Yeah, general fatigue, lack of motivation,
Yeah.
all those things that can derail progress.
And then they flip it, talking about struggles you can overcome, linking each benefit back to one of those problems.
Exactly. Getting rid of stubborn fat, boosting metabolism, controlling cravings, having energy, reducing inflammation, maintaining weight, better focus, breaking plateaus, less tiredness, more motivation. It's a direct mapping.
Very clear marketing message there. Okay, what about safety? Manufacturing. That stuff matters.
It does. The information states it's made in the USA,
Okay, good.
in facilities that are FDA approved and follow GMP guidelines, good manufacturing practices. That relates to quality control and standards.
That's reassuring. And the ingredients themselves.
They highlight it's 100% natural, non-GMO, and gluten-free. Important points for many consumers.
Definitely. And buying it online. Any mention of security.
They mention partnering with ClickBank for processing payments, noting ClickBank is a known platform with security measures.
Okay, standard practice for many online products.
Right. But alongside these reassurances, there are always important disclaimers to consider.
Always. Like what?
Well, first and foremost, this information isn't medical advice. Always talk to your doctor about health concerns or before making big changes.
Crucial. Number one rule.
Absolutely. And the standard supplement disclaimer: the FDA hasn't evaluated these claims, and the product isn't intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You see that on pretty much all supplements, right?
Yes, it's legally required. They also specifically advise caution for certain groups:
Like who?
pregnant or nursing individuals, people taking medications, or anyone with existing medical conditions. The advice is clear. Consult your physician first.
It makes total sense. Better safe than sorry.
The provided content is also framed as the author's opinion, offered as is. They encourage you, the listener, to do your own research.
So don't just take their word for it. Look into it yourself.
And consult healthcare professionals, yes. They also clarify ClickBank's role.
What's that?
Just that ClickBank is the retailer, the platform selling it. Their involvement doesn't mean they endorse the product or its specific claims.
Ah, okay. An important distinction. Understand who's saying what.
Exactly. Critical thinking is key when evaluating any health product information.
So bringing it all together, as we wrap up this deep dive on Leptozan, what are the main takeaways?
Well, it's a supplement focused on natural ingredients, primarily those Dead Sea minerals and BHB.
Aimed squarely at supporting fat burning, especially stubborn areas, and boosting metabolism.
We saw some positive reported user experiences, mentioning energy, belly fat, and ease of use.
And that 180-day money-back guarantee offers a significant risk reduction factor.
Definitely. So with all this info laid out, you can think about whether something like Leptozan feels like it might fit your own health goals.
Especially if you're wrestling with that stubborn fat or just feel like you need an energy lift, maybe.
It could be something to explore further based on what we've discussed today.
Food for thought, definitely. So if you are curious, we always encourage you to do your own homework, maybe talk to your doctor, and see if it aligns with your journey. Thanks for exploring Leptozan with us today.